Well, every failed marriage is an assault on the society. That's what Nnaji has said. And if we must move ahead, how do we correct all of this? Because in all of your analysis, everyone has a blame in this whole issue. The government, state, federal, appointees of government, and even the people. So we're all responsible.
Yes.
How do we pull ourselves out of this and get back on track?
First, let the women be doing the whipping on the streets. It is their entitlement. We are grieved, but it is not in the place of a man to shout when he has problem. You can do all the necessary liaisons to bring in people who will assist while the whipping is going on. Because after whipping, there must be solution. I don't know whether you are getting my drift. And that is the job of men. When I say men here, I'm not using it in a gender form. I'm using men in a generic sense. There are some women men, those who are in a position of authority to address problems. Men must stand up. Marilyn Oga is of DSS. I saw her one night. She was so stressed up. I could imagine that she had not had sleep. That's a mother for somebody. Yeah? And somebody's wife. If she came there weeping, will Nigerians be getting some information? That's not the type of thing that we expect those in leadership authority. I mean, in leadership position. We want solution. The whipping should go on, because that is like the fertilizer that keeps the soil highly fertilized for things to grow. The point here is that the security chiefs, they don't have to demonstrate that they are doing something, because when certain things are done, they will manifest. Do you get the point? The local government chairman, the leaders of Chibok, even the way the North is set up, you don't just come and do things. There are hierarchies of leadership, strata in that place. The local government and the opinion leaders, the imams and whatever, to the level of government of the state, they need to thoroughly sit down and search their conscience. Is it lack of capacity? Is it intrigue? Is it I don't want to take the blame? Let's not talk about who takes the blame now. Come back to the table. Whatever information you have, don't go to the media. They have a way of inflaming passion. There are certain information. It is not for nothing that God gave us teeth. You bring the food, you bite it first before you deliver it to the next level. If you were to, the things that you swallow, if they are not capable of being handled down there, you get into trouble. So information should be processed, and there is need to have a central processing center on this Chibok issue, coordinated by the federal government under the watchful eyes of the security agencies that have been trained in information gathering, processing, and what have you, and sharing. Now, the governor of Borno State should not come across as somebody who is working at cross purposes. It does not help anybody. He cannot take the credit that the girls came back. He can't take it alone, and nobody will. Even those in the street crying will tell you that they may have scored 60%, okay, in whipping up sentiment and agitating to such a level that it became an internationally recognized agitation. Now, the governor of Borno State will say that he knows where the girls are. I don't think that's a very good statement to be made in the media. It does not also, go down well with the image of that position. Because let me tell you the honest truth, the man who kills a lion with his hand, if he demonstrates that capacity before everybody, they will hail him. But after the lion would have been killed, Marx will begin to work that he has extraordinary powers, which does not make him an ordinary person to relate to. I don't know whether you get the point. It's a fallout of that demonstration. So let us all see that we are working towards the same purpose. At the national level, there's no need for jactitation. The police should not begin to show that it is the one that is leading the crusade. nor the military. And the military should not be under any compulsion or pressure to give out the strategic plans they have to get things done. They are not reporting to the Nigerian public. Their product is for the Nigerian public, but they are not reporting to us, because we are not all trained to handle what they may be telling us. If you say you know where the Chibok girls are, you have sent out a wrong signal, even if you didn't know. That means there's time now for them to relocate. But when the president spoke, even if he said it from his own mind that he didn't know where they were, I want to take it as a strategic statement, because it is in your helplessness that your opponent or attacker takes you for granted. In the Bible, if David was not considered a minor, Goliath would have prepared for a better arsenal. But we saw what the sling did. So what we are saying is that as much as possible, let us talk less. The proverbial fowl, the kite today continues to carry fowl, because it was the fowl that showed his mass hysteria when the chicks were picked. But the first victim was duckling. The duck did not talk. And when it was said that when the kite took the duck to the mother kite, I said, what was the reaction of the mother? I said, it didn't say anything. He said, please return it. It is not safe for consumption. But when that of the chicken was taken, the whole people in the world, you understand, sympathized with the chicken. But have they been able to help it? Till tomorrow, the kite considered the chick as a good meat.
But still,
so the point we are making,
but still in our silence, we still haven't actually.
In our silence, I said, let the people weeping be weeping. That is not mass silence, because there should be departments in this media organization. In your medium, there are people who are into administration. They don't see them on the screen. The people who are talking here, you and your colleagues who are the arrowheads on the talking, there are some people providing support services, which we may never see them unless you have a party. Yet without them, nothing will happen. So it is a collective effort, and it must be thoroughly apportioned, and the ratio of contribution must also be coordinated by those who should know. And I'm looking more on the positive side, because definitely these girls will be found. Anybody who is holding these girls is finding it difficult now, because it's a situation they cannot manage. Do you understand? Forget about attributing the capacity to, it is not a situation you manage. This is a group of people that are looking for what to eat. If they had food, why did they have to steal the one in school? And what quantity could school stock that would be enough to last these girls? It is becoming a difficult thing. You know, when you are holding something that does not belong to you, you don't have a bag where to drop it. At a stage, you drop it and take a walk from that location. All we want now is let them leave those girls there and say the girls are there and leave. Let's go and pick our girls. It will come to that, and by God's grace, it will come to pass. But what I'm saying is that there must be a coordinated effort, and the federal government must now show leadership. Anybody on the way to Chibok, getting these girls out must be mowed down. That is the point. It's not a question of talking glibly. Somebody must be made a scapegoat, not scapegoat, made an example of. Not scapegoat, because the person must be guilty of what he's been charged for. There are some people who said a lot of things in the heat of passion. They should be noted. They can come and explain certain things, because if you say that that child born this evening will die tomorrow, and he dies tomorrow, it's not by arresting you. But please, let us even understand whether you have more capacity for, prophecy.
Well, Dr. Nnaji, we'd like to thank you so very much, and we hope, since you are optimistic, we hope that Nigerians, as well as the friends, relatives, and families of these young Nigerians, are also hopeful and optimistic.